Bootcamp day 2. These are the topics for today. So first, predictor vs reactor, reload level, how to plot the volume profile. Lastly, battle of orders. All right, predictor vs reactor. In short, unprofitable traders, which is around 90%, they're trying to predict what will happen and not react to what's happening. They have an idea. For example, I want to take a short up here, and when price reaches their level, they just take the short. So they're trying to predict, they're not reacting to what the market is saying. And I'm gonna give you the aha moment that I got because I was one of these traders and I've learned from that mistake now. If we go back and we're here now, and this is all fine, sure, you want to take a trade in this zone. You've identified a specific zone and you want to take a trade there. Okay. You have to analyze this part before you even take a trade. So on the way up, did buyers have a hard time? Did they struggle to reach your level, or did they reach your level like it was nothing? So basically little effort and much results. Think about it. Isn't it higher probability that your trade will work if they struggle to reach your level? Because that shows that sellers are participating still. Whilst if they exploded up to your level, that kind of indicates that no sellers were so interested in selling anymore. You see the difference? So what you have to do is analyze how it reaches your zone and not just bluntly take a trade when it reaches your zone. In this way, you are reacting to what the market is showing you and not trying to predict. That's the difference. And obviously, when we reach your zone, you have to analyze the battle of orders, and I will explain it later, you will understand. But for example, say that buyers are pushing here but they're getting no results, so they're just chopping, and you see again buyers are stepping in here trying to push the price, but they're failing. And what is that telling you? Sellers are strong, they're holding it down. Then when you see, for example, big sellers stepping in here and buyers cannot hold them, then you take the trade stop loss above, and now you're trading like Fabio. Okay, next thing, reload level. Here is a profile. Say that we worked our way down, we came up, and now we're here. Essentially, a reload level is this. You see this sell aggression that's going here. In other words, sellers were trying to push here. They showed a lot of interest, but they got no results. And we are up here now, okay? If we break down, we come back to this level, we break it, then you can expect a reload. This is the level that those sellers that previously showed interest, they will reload into the position, then you can expect acceleration. So in short, if sellers or say buyers, doesn't matter, showed interest in a level previously and we come back to that zone, you can expect them to re-enter it. That's it. And just one more thing, say that the profile is still showing a pre-shape even though we have this down movement. What this indicates is that we most likely will have one more drive up because the value is still up here. So essentially you can look for a trade back up. Next thing, how to plot the volume profile. I know that many of you guys have asked me about it, and I've said it before. Don't think about time, think about zones, and I'm gonna show you. For example, if this is London session open right here on this line, and say that this red line is New York open, and say that you want to plot out a volume profile for the pre-market session, this is how the profile will look. Why would you plot it this way? You're missing all of this data. Why don't you include all of that data? It belongs to the consolidation area. So stop thinking about time. I want you to think about zones. So screw time, think about zones. Okay, moving on. Battle of orders. I think this is the most important thing here because this is how Fabio aligns himself with the pressure of the market. And that's how you start winning. You align yourself with what the big players are doing. So what you're trying to do is essentially analyzing the big orders, seeing who is winning and who is losing. For example, if we look here, look at these sellers. Are these sellers getting paid? Are they winning? No. What does this indicate? Absorption. They are entering aggressively but get no results. Now let's watch these buyers. Are these buyers getting paid? Well, yeah, and that's it. You try to follow who is winning, who is controlling the market, and then you just try to jump on the train with their pressure. So for example, here is where buyers last time had control, down here. So they will most likely defend it. If you try to take a long here, you would be stopped out. But if you try to take a long here, you would ride it all the way up. Obviously, it's not bulletproof, but You're trying to align yourself with the pressure of the market. That's what I'm trying to say. Just that. And also have in mind, I'm not saying that you want to be a machine gun and just enter trades left to right as soon as you see aggressive sellers entering the market. Okay, they're winning. Let's jump on the train. No, you also have to think about the long-term auction. So for example, we can see obviously now that the sellers were in control here. Look at these buyers. They entered aggressively up here and we have aggressive sellers on the bottom. Who is getting paid? Well, at the moment on this candle, no one. Next candle showed us who is pressuring the market. So what you do is that you can mark out this zone. If you come back, you can take a trade. You just try to ride the wave all the way down. But have in mind, if you see that buyers, like here for example, and here, are starting to take back control, doesn't have to mean, oh, the auction has changed, let's go long and try to just buy. No, this can instead mean we are getting a retrace. So if you know that the long-term auction is long, then I would just suggest that you wait till you get a short setup and just enter the trade there. But if you're experiencing this, obviously you can take your trades on the retracement. I myself, I will stay out of it, so I won't do that. Just wait for another sell setup. Take the profile, mark out value area high, because we know that that's where it's expensive for buyers to buy. Mark out specific aggression levels from the sellers. See it as defending zones. So basically where sellers might enter again to defend. So here, for example, yeah, so these two are the biggest one up here. Then you can also mark out these zones. So where sellers stepped in previously, where buyers got absorbed. You also have this level. And then remember what I said before. You try not to predict, you try to react. Now we want to analyze the movement up to this zone. Did buyers have it super easy to reach our zone? But not really. Look at this. Aggressive buyers on the top, aggressive sellers on the bottom. Who is getting paid here? Sellers. So they are in fact putting in some effort, pushing down the price. We come back to the zone where buyers previously had control. And then, as you can see, now the sellers are getting absorbed, which indicates buyers are pushing the pedal. Go up. Once again, look where we get some problems. Come back, retest, and we push up. It wasn't so easy for them to just push it up. It's not like this. Look at this move. If they reach our point like this, well, then there was no struggle for them. But instead, they had to push, fight, and then we reach our zone. Okay, and when we come to our zone, we don't just enter bluntly. Now we want to analyze the battle up here. So we tapped into our important level and previous aggression level from the sellers. And watch this. Aggressive buyers entering here and they get destroyed. I know this is in hindsight and it's not this easy. You have to do it in real time. I'm not gonna act like I'm at the level to do this perfectly in real time. But this is how we learn. If you see this absorption, you can take an entry, stop loss above. And where did we reach? Well, where did buyers previously have control? Down here. And if you want a more specific level, you can do this. Take the profile, because now I'm interested in the whole swing, not just half of it, the whole thing. Go to the left side. Let's mark out the most significant levels from the buyers. So these are the places where buyers might enter again. Now, if we watch what happened, they flushed through it like nothing, and we reached down perfectly to the aggression zone that we marked out. So here. And we saw this zone all the way up here. So when we was up here, this zone was already showing it's the most significant level. So when we have this reaction, you can mark it out and anticipate. That's where the buyers will step in. And this is like the second time I'm trying to analyze what's happening and trying to explain why it happened. So it's pretty cool that I've understood quite a lot now. And it makes sense to why things are happening. And just one more thing. I was confused on where do you enter. And Fabio said this. If you understand what the market is doing, you can enter wherever makes sense to enter. You can enter in 100 ways. For example, like I said here, on an absorption, you can enter on the candle close, stop loss above and aim lower. Or say you want to wait for more confirmation, you wait for sellers to enter. Well, here we got the sellers. On the close, you can enter here, stop loss above. Or maybe you want to put your stop loss all the way up here. So there's no rules to how much, how, when, and that. If you're willing to risk more, enter here, stop loss here. If you want to be more aggressive, enter on the absorption, stop loss here. All right, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I'm trying to finish all my videos about the bootcamps this week. So see you in the next one.